Not really. You can't make a series, especially with memes in mind, because there's so much to write, and you get trapped into those little things. But what did happen when the trailer was being shown is somebody pointed out that every line in the trailer seems to be a meme. So that was pretty funny that every line could be a meme. So yeah, sure, I'll see some memes in post.
Bhavna's in the loop, but if you can hear me, Bhavna, here's my answer. Um, the way this show happened was that Raj and DK had, I kind of pounced on them and asked them what they have. So I don't think they officially came to me ready to offer me a show. I guess they were in the process of developing it. And that's when I showed interest in wanting to do something with them on OTT, and then they said that they have the show. And then we kind of spent, I think, 5 or 6 months talking about the show. They would take me through it at various stages. Whether they liked it or not, I would give my feedback. And what happened by the time we reached the set is that I didn't feel like an actor who steps into a role maybe a couple of weeks before, preps for about a week, has 3 meetings, and feels he owns it. I don't like doing that anymore. I feel that's very pompous. I think it's much nicer to try and become a part of the team. If you want to have a voice, it shouldn't be just because you're the star of the show. It should be because you're as much a team member as everybody else. And I wanted to do that on this show. So we actually spent a lot of time talking to each other, discussing the character, the various facets of the character, the entire angle of Sunny being an artist and that being the face of his character. Like if you see in the promotion also, it's very much, the artistic energy of Sunny. It has been pushed out a lot, And all that happened while we were talking and discussing about how to make it different and fresh and unpredictable. And so I wetted myself in that journey. The rest of it, all my Mumbaiya-ness came out just when I met this bugger. When he came on set and he started, Feroz, he's got this accent, he talks, I was like, okay, I remember that when I was 18 years old, and going in the train for my Shamak Dawar classes. That was the bunch of boys that I used to hang with, and that was the underbelly of Mumbai that I was a part of that, when I was living that middle class, normal youngster wanting to do something in life. A lot of it came from the conversations, a lot of it came from my co-actors, the people that I worked with. And I don't really have a process. I'm very instinctive and organic about how I like to do it. Is she back from the bathroom? Or should I keep going till she... It's a long break.
We're recording it.
उसको bathroom में दिखा दो.
I do want to ask her second part of that question. The difference between, a film and a long format. What was it like for you?
You have to delve deeper. There is more opportunity as an actor to bring more to it. I think when you're doing something short format, you can be more attacking in the way that you approach the character. Sometimes that works very well. I have seen that. I've never been a fan of that. I don't like attacking characters. I like to pull people into the screen. I feel like it should be immersive. So this actually really suits me because that immersive experience is what I enjoy as a viewer. And as an actor also, that comes very naturally to me. I want people to kind of get engaged and involved as opposed to shouting and telling them to give me attention. It's not my thing. So this allowed me to do that, and I love long format for that very reason. I probably consumed more in terms of hours on long format than I have in a film theatre in the last couple of years for various reasons. So I felt very comfortable and I was actually looking forward to the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Our next question.
Sir, I'm a Tamil guy in the series. I speak here and there only maybe 5-6 words. That's all. But generally I speak in Hindi only fully. I didn't get time, sir. I was confused. I have shoots, so I didn't get time. நேரம் கிடைக்கல தொடர்ந்து ஷூட் இருந்தால என்னால் பண்ண முடியல. நான் அதனால் சொன்னேன் ஏன்னா ரொம்ப நேரம் ஆகும் ஒரு சீரீஸ் ஃபுல்லாக டப் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ அது 8 எபிசோட்ஸ் டப் பண்ணும் என்கிட்ட அது நேரம் இல்லை. அதனால் நான் மன்னிப்பு கேட்டுக்கொண்டேன். மன்னிக்கவும்
இல்லை ஏன்னா
சார் ஆனால் அதை எதிர்பார்க்கல அது முடியாமல் போயிடுச்சு சார்.
like I was saying, my job is to constantly be on a lookout for good stories that are differentiated and compelling and exciting. And I think by now we have a relationship, as Raj and Diki were mentioning earlier, constantly talking to each other, finding out what's brewing in their head. But really, our job is to constantly look for stories. And I've always said that stories that are in the hands of really, really passionate creators, if you have that, half your job is done. And once you have a great story, once you have a story which is as compelling as this, no actor would like to say no to it, as we've just heard. It's really it's the story that we go for.
Thank you so much for that. I hope you're happy. What happened to your finger?
Farzi hai, Farzi.
Middle finger class, yeah.
So, as I spoke about my character Megha, she's an epitome of a modern woman in a man's world. And for me, half the job was done because of the way it was written, the layers that it was given. And I just had to come and play that part. And I think, honestly, I really want to thank Raj and DK sir for presenting me the way that they've presented me, because I don't think I have played such a character ever before that is so raw, relatable, passionate, extremely real. That is why I said that you will root for her and you will be happy when in her small victories. So yes, I think it will definitely create a shift in the way the audience has seen me even back in the South. So that's an added cap, and I'm very, very happy to have played her. Thank you.
So am I. Thank you. Congratulations.
I think our job first and foremost is finding, as Aparna said, finding great storytellers who are looking to tell a great story and really enabling them. So we think of music as how can this help further the story itself and how we narrate the story. So it's really integral to how we talk about developing a show, working with creators like Raj and DK. As long as we find great stories and if music is inherent to how the story can be progressed, we love it. And as you said, we have had some amazing shows and movies over the years on Prime Video that have had music as an integral part, and that's really helped them, and that's really helped audiences as well. So we are big on it, and I must say it again because you said it. The music in Farzi is absolutely smashing.
Thank you so much. Let me add to that. Bandish Band.
How the story kind of evolved and changed over the period of time. I think that question would be better for Raj and DK because they've developed it. I had the good fortune of hearing most of it. So, do you guys wanna?
Yeah, I mean, when we were writing the initial script itself, we knew it was too big a world we were taking on, and there was only one format, feature films, and we are feature filmmakers. So any story we have, we get, Sita and Suman, when we discuss, we come up with an idea, it automatically tries to fit it into a feature film. That's what we were trying to do. But thankfully, there is a much bigger window the last few years where we can express or narrate a story much wider, deeper, longer, more layered. So hence, I think this is a much better fit for this story.
Yeah, and speaking of how the story would have adapted over the years, a lot of things have changed. A strange anecdote for us, at one point when we were back in mid 2014 or so, we had this idea in the story that the only way to battle counterfeiting is to invalidate these notes. And so we had this plot point in it. And then guess what happened 2 years later? That happened in real life. And we were like, okay, maybe that's a sign. Now we should go relook at the script and start, incorporating that part of it into our story. So it kind of became like a art meets reality meets art kind of a scenario.
I already spoke to Bhavna while she was in the loo regarding my preparations. Maybe you were also in the loo. But like I said, I spent a lot of time with them talking about the content, and for me, a lot of the preparation happens in those conversations, and I like to engage as early as possible in case I have the opportunity. And doing different types of content. I mean, I was doing Kamine in 2007, 2008. So I'm always looking for content which is different and not necessarily boxed into being, the mainstream, typical, commercial boring, nothing excited about it kind of. I'm always looking to do something which kind of shakes it up, and this was totally up that alley. So I just jumped on it, man.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
It's very kind of all of them to say that I'm heart of the show. But actually mine is almost like a guest appearance. Having said that, what was fascinating to watch and to be part of the whole shooting process was DK and Raj. I have noticed even in the past, and while shooting I noticed it even more. You know, they are creating something larger than life. They are creating something which is heightened drama, and to sustain it for such a long time requires a complete command over the craft. But the interesting part of it was, while creating the heightened drama, everybody, the performances and everything was not heightened. All the characters, all the performances are, when you see the actual product, you'll realize that what is usually called as underacting. Everybody is underacting, and that combination of a heightened drama with underacting is so fascinating. And I thoroughly enjoyed that, because I think that's my turf.
No, because you taught us this. Let's not shy away from that. Thank you. You gave us this language in cinema. So thank you, sir, for that.
And
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'd like to add to it. He said he has a guest appearance in the show. I feel he has a guest of honor appearance.
Whoa.
Each every.
Can I add to that?
Thank you so much.
We were having fun. Guest appearance नहीं, best appearance है.
Whoa.
याद रखिएगा.
आज शाहिद, आपके लोगों के लिए शाहिद क्या कहेंगे?
हम लोग ने बहुत सारे काउंटरफीट नोट बनाए हैं इस फिल्म के अंदर. सबको आप वो नोट्स दे सकते हैं. शायद फिलहाल मैं फर्जी हूँ ब्रदर. 10th Feb तक मैं फर्जी हूँ.
और ऐसा कौन नहीं दिखना चाहेगा, ये भी तो बात है. ऐसा कौन नहीं दिखना चाहेगा, ये भी तो बात है.
कौन नहीं दिखना चाहेगा?
कोई नहीं ऐसा जो नहीं दिखना चाहेगा.
गुड.
Anybody?
आम्ही एकाच पद्धतीची भाषा बोलतो, हे जे मी म्हटलं, त्याची ॲक्टिंग स्टाईल, माझी ॲक्टिंग स्टाईल, आणि सगळ्यांचीच ॲक्टिंगचं जे टेक्स्चर आहे ते एकच आहे. त्यामुळे आमचा जो डायलॉग असायचा तो त्या लेवलचा असायचा, अँड इट वॉज अ प्लेजर.
मुझे अभी मराठी में बोलना है.
यस.
यार तो बोल देती, पहले मैं प्रिपेयर करके आ जाता. मेरे साथ 2-3 घंटा बिता रही थी, मैं इसी नोट्स ले लेता था. अभी मुझे क्यों फंसा रही है, ऐसे मत कर यार.
But it's beautiful.
पूरे करते आज आपके 20 साल पूरे हो चुके हैं, आप पुराने हो चुके हैं.
सवाल ये था कि इतने सालों का एक्सपीरियंस रहा है और हम आज सब लोग फर्ज से पाला पड़ा हो या फर्जी से.
फर्ज से पाला.
हाँ, मतलब फर्ज से वाला इस तरह का कोई भी
फर्जी से पाला.
जी, दोनों से.
इन वर्ड से पाला.
जी. कभी वार्तालाप हुआ, ऐसा कभी फर्ज निभाने का मौका मिला हो?
बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वेश्चन है. हमारा शो भी ऐसी डीप कॉम्प्लेक्स मल्टी डिमेंशन है. मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
कुछ बोलना चाहिए आप
फर्ज के बारे में. फर्ज का मतलब ड्यूटी होता है. जो भी हमारे रिश्ते नाते होते हैं जिंदगी में, उनकी तरफ हमें अपनी ड्यूटी निभानी होती है. कर्मा धर्मा वही होता है ना. कर्म से रिलेशंस मिलते हैं और रिलेशंस की तरफ आपका धर्म होता है. तो ये हो गया फर्ज का.
फर्जी कभी फील हुआ इंडस्ट्री में कि फर्जी कुछ ऐसा?
फर्जी कुछ ऐसा मतलब क्या फर्जी?
कभी ऐसा लगा हो एक्सपीरियंस में कभी कि मेरे साथ फर्जी हो गया या मैंने किसी के साथ कर दिया?
मैंने किसी के साथ फर्जी कर दिया.
ऐसा कभी?
एक तो फर्जी ये वर्ड ऐसे सेंटेंस में कभी यूज नहीं होता है कि फर्जी हो गया, फर्जी कर दिया. फर्जी एक चीज़ होती है, दिस थिंग इज नॉट रियल. तो ऐसा कुछ हुआ हो जो नॉट रियल है. 20 साल से हम नॉट रियल फिल्में बना रहे हैं और लोग उसे रियल मान लेते हैं. इससे ज़्यादा क्या फर्जी हो सकता है?
देखिए शाहिद ने आपको जवाब दे दिया, अब इसमें मैं क्या ऐड कर सकती हूँ?
नहीं, आप 10 साल पुरानी हो गई है, कुछ बताइए हमको।
First, your duty towards your family, towards everybody. I don't know what you mean by farz really. I mean, that's the definition of it. Farzi is, as he said, is a thing. Kuch farzi hai, so I don't know the relationship. I'm not understanding what to say in this.
कुछ ऐसे मतलब कभी तुमने एक नकली फर्जी विग पहन ली हो या कोई ऐसे फेक टाइप का फर्जी आदमी तुम्हारी लाइफ में आ गया हो, उसका आज मूड है, वो इस मूड में आया कि मैं ऐसा कुछ सवाल पूछूंगा, लॉजिक के पीछे मत भागो, मूड समझो इंसान का।